later, come to find, it's all my children's baby pictures. Give me back my lockbox!
This video right here, that's a gem, because that definitely shows just how uneducated you are, Adriel. Because I think you don't think before you speak. You just let those trash words fall out of that pie hole of yours. I'd like to call it a C-suck, because that's definitely you. But anyway, let's get to the video. So, you talk about how your son was robbed several times. I only recollect one time, and that was a pre-planned fight that your son knew about because he supposedly essayed that person's sister. And then you state how they robbed all his things, and then they returned his sneakers to the middle school, and they went off with all the other stuff. What other stuff, Adriel? A chain and some earbuds? Which gets me to my next point. I actually was laughing when I listened to this. You're describing all the things that this person, she, took out of your vehicle, out of the console. And you state how you got a change purse off Temu for $1.25 and you want it back. Let that sink in. A change purse from Temu for $1.25. And then you go on to say, and all those cases of earbuds, yeah, those are all broken and water damaged. I got those off eBay or Facebook Marketplace. You mean to tell me a woman who's made over $300,000 last year, and just up until, what, a few months ago, you were bragging how you were making $8,000 still, even after being bananaed off here? You were still making $8,000 a week, and you'd never make that at a job? You mean to tell me that you couldn't afford to go out and buy new earbuds? You couldn't afford to go out and buy a more expensive change purse? But then the last part. So you're speaking to this girl that you say robbed you, which I personally believe it was either one of your children or you had somebody else do it and set it up to make it look like that so people would feel sorry for you. Because let's face it, you are the queen of staying relevant and creating anything and everything just to do so. I haven't heard anybody mention this, so I'm going to. I've seen that video. How do you know it's a girl? How are you so adamant that it's a female? Because I've watched that video, and I've even snapshot pictures of that person and zoomed in as far as I could, and I still can't tell if that's a girl. So how do you know that it's a female? Don't say, well, she has long hair, because that means nothing. Guys can have long hair. So how do you know that that's definitely a female? Also, how do you know that she knows who you are? You state it's from your license, and so she must know that you're on social media. Not everybody is on this app. In fact, in my life, a good majority of the people that I associate with in real life have either never heard of this app or are not on this app and wouldn't know you from a fucking stick in the mud. So, how do you know that she would know you being on social media and knows who you are? See, those things that you said in there, those definitely steer me to believe that you set this up. And then the lockbox. As I stated in another video, we all saw her go into the driver's side of the vehicle. No point in time did I ever see her go into the trunk. But you're accusing her of stealing a lockbox from the trunk. I want you to show me. Show me where it shows her going into the trunk, because it's not there. And then the contents of the lockbox. You're saying that there are duplicates of birth certificates and your credit cards and debit cards. All of those can be replaced. Obviously, because you've gotten duplicates, dipshit. But who keeps sentimental items in a lockbox in their car? And then you tell her, just bring it back. Put it underneath my vehicle. Put it beside my house. Put it on the sidewalk. Do whatever, but just return it. Again, leads me to believe that you're behind this. Because also, while I watched that video, this person walks up to your car, does what she does, and then she walks right in front of your house. And then she looks in other vehicles, you know, like to make it seem like they're looking into robbing other vehicles. Let me just tell you, no criminal is gonna walk right in front of that person's home and break into their car and then attempt to do it in everybody else's cars as well. Especially in today's day and age, where a good majority of the people have Ring cameras or some type of recording device. So as I stated, not only did you sound completely uneducated in this video, but you just kind of backed up everything that I had been thinking. You're behind the entire fucking thing, just so you can stay relevant and people will feel sorry for you. You need to be canceled off every avenue of social media. You need to go get a fucking job and start earning your way in life.